South China Morning Post, 7th of April 2024. The PLA conducts maritime patrols in the South China Sea while the United States, Philippines, Japan, and Australia conduct joint military exercises. China has occupied islands and bullied nations throughout the South China Sea, employing aggressive strategies against inferior nations. On Sunday, China's military conducted an air and naval patrol in the contested South China Sea, coinciding with joint exercises conducted by the Philippines, United States, Japan, and Australia. On Sunday morning, the Southern Theater Command of the People's Liberation Army announced on its WeChat account, on April 7, the Southern Theater Command will conduct a joint air and sea combat patrol in the South China Sea. The command declared military operations well under control that was intended to sabotage the situation and create hotspots in the waters, in apparent reference to the joint exercises conducted by the United States and the three other nations. On Saturday, the Philippines, Japan, Australia, and the United States announced they would engage in a maritime cooperative activity within the exclusive economic zone of the Philippines on Sunday. The joint statement states that this is the first demonstration of collective commitment to strengthening regional and international cooperation in support of a free and open Indo-Pacific through a full-scale exercise involving all four nations. The Philippine Department of Defense reports 5 warships will participate in the exercises. The Japanese embassy in Manila reports that 2 Philippine warships, the BRP Gregorio del Pilar and BRP Ramon Alcaraz, will participate in the exercises alongside the USS Mobile, the JS Akebono of Japan, and the HMAS Warramunga of Australia. The Japanese embassy reports that the maneuvers will consist of anti-submarine warfare instruction, tactical exercises, a link exercise, and photo exercises. Amid escalating tensions between Beijing and Manila over contested waters in the South China Sea, the combined exercise is conducted. The Philippines has charged China with consistently impeding resupply missions for the BRP Sierra Madre, a Philippine Navy transport ship deliberately grounded off the contested Second Thomas Shoal, also referred to as Renaijiao in China. According to Beijing, the Philippine vessels unlawfully entered its territory. Beijing and Manila's competing claims to the South China Sea have escalated into a growing number of confrontations. The 9-dash line delineates the portion of the strategic waterway that Beijing claims. However, a 2016 international tribunal decision invalidated most of China's claims within this U-shaped line. Beijing has rejected the ruling. 3 seamen of the Philippine Navy were injured on March 23 when water cannons were discharged at their vessels by Chinese Coast Guard personnel. Manila additionally levied accusations against Chinese vessels, claiming they executed dangerous maneuvers and obstructed a civilian-chartered resupply vessel. On Saturday, China and the Philippines exchanged accusations regarding an encounter in the South China Sea near the Iroquois Reef. Philippine Coast Guard spokesman J. Dariela stated that China threatened fishermen with water cannons. Gan Yu, a spokesman for the Chinese Coast Guard, maintained that Beijing's response to the incident was expert and that the Filipinos were engaged in unlawful activities. In a veiled reference to the United States, Beijing accused Manila of roping in non-regional countries in February to incite unrest in the area while the two allies conducted an exercise. Since last year, the Philippines has engaged in multiple maritime cooperative activities separately with the United States and Australia. On Saturday, Gilbert Teodoro, Defense Secretary of the Philippines, said that this first in a series of activities demonstrates the 4 countries' enduring friendship and partnership. According to U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, the 4 nations' shared commitment to ensuring that all nations are free to fly, sail, and operate wherever international law permits was highlighted by the activities. On April 11, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. will travel to Washington to confer with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and U.S. President Joe Biden. Marcos stated that planning for an agreement to enhance trilateral interoperability and naval cooperation will be on the agenda for that meeting.